7 hidden truths about feminine energy over 40, Jung explained. Intro: there comes a stage in a woman's life, often after 40, when society quietly tries to push her aside. Advertisements stop reflecting her. Workplaces sometimes undervalue her. Even family may assume her life is meant only for service, not self-discovery. But beneath these cultural assumptions, something profound is happening. Carl Jung, the great pioneer of depth psychology, would tell us that this period is not decline, it is transformation. Feminine energy after 40 is not shrinking. It is expanding, shifting, and deepening. A woman who once lived for others begins to live from the center of her own soul. She doesn't vanish, she awakens. And in this awakening, there are hidden truths. Today, we'll uncover 7 of them. 1. The silent power of detachment in her younger years. A woman may have chased approval from parents, teachers, lovers, bosses, even society at large. She was taught to perform, to explain, to justify. But as the years pass, something shifts. Around 40, she stops chasing. She no longer needs to beg for recognition. She no longer needs to plead for her worth. And here is the paradox. The moment she stops chasing, she becomes unforgettable. Carl Jung call this individuation the process of becoming one's true self, apart from the masks and expectations imposed by others. When a woman detaches, it is not coldness, it is clarity. It is not arrogance, it is sovereignty. Picture a woman walking into a crowded room. She does not need to raise her voice. She does not need to Her silence carries more power than 1,000 words. People notice her, even without effort. This is the magnetic pull of detachment. The hidden truth is this. The woman who stops chasing approval discovers that she was never meant to run after anything. She was meant to draw life toward her. 2. The shadow demands recognition. Every woman has a shadow the box where she placed her forbidden desires, unspoken needs, and silenced anger. As a young woman, she might have said yes when she wanted to scream no. She might have stayed quiet when truth burned in her throat. She might have carried everyone's burdens while ignoring her own. For years, the shadow waited in silence. And then, after 40, it begins to rise. A woman may suddenly feel flashes of anger she cannot explain. She may cry for reasons that seem invisible. She may feel restless, unsatisfied, even though her life looks stable on the outside. Doctors may call it stress. Society may call it hormones. But Jung would call it shadow, the soul's unacknowledged parts, asking to be seen. Imagine a woman who has always been the peacemaker. She agrees, she compromises, by midlife, her back aches, her shoulders burn, her stomach knots. Her body is carrying what her voice never spoke. Another woman, silenced for decades, may suddenly roar with truth. It surprises even her. But this is not breakdown. It is breakthrough. The shadow is not an enemy. It is a guide. When she embraces it, she transforms. Repressed anger becomes strength. Silenced desires become creativity. Old wounds become wisdom. And the woman who accepts her shadow becomes whole in a way that is impossible to ignore. 3. The awakening of the Anima. Jung believed that within every soul lies both the masculine and feminine. The masculine drives action, logic, and control. The feminine, the Anima, brings intuition, softness, and flow. In the first half of life, many women are forced to overperform the masculine. They hold careers, raise children, manage homes, and juggle endless responsibilities with structure and discipline. But after 40, something softer begins to stir. The Anima awakens. This is why women at midlife often rediscover passions long buried. One may pick up a paintbrush she left behind in her 20s. Another may take long walks at dawn, listening to the whispers of trees and rivers. Another may return to music, dance, or prayer. The Anima appears in dreams as water, as gardens, as moonlight. In waking life, she calls the woman back to creativity, beauty, and sensuality. And here lies the secret. The Anima does not weaken her. It balances her. She becomes both steel and silk, both fire and water, both structure and song. Far from fading, she blooms inward. Her energy deepens, and everyone around her feels it. 4. The body speaks in symbols. The body is more than biology, it is a language. Jung believed the body reveals what the mind represses, and at midlife, the body begins to speak louder than ever. A woman's backache may not be only bones and muscles. It may be the weight of carrying too much for too long. A migraine may not just be tension. It may be the pressure of truths unspoken. A racing heart may not be random. It may be the soul running from itself. Even menopause, so often framed as decline, can be seen differently. Hot flashes are not just discomfort, they are fire, burning away old illusions. Night sweats are not punishment, they are the body shaking her awake. The slowing cycle is not loss, it is redirection. The body conserving energy for wisdom instead of childbearing. When a woman listens, her body becomes her compass. Each ache becomes a teacher. Each symptom becomes a symbol. Healing becomes not just medical, but spiritual. The body is not an enemy. It is an oracle. 5. The shedding of roles for decades. Many women are known mainly by their roles. Mother, wife, daughter, caretaker, worker. These roles are valuable, but they can also become cages. By midlife, a quiet rebellion begins. A woman starts asking, who am I when no one is watching? Who am I when the roles fall away? This is the heart of individuation becoming whole. It does not mean abandoning family or duty. It means no longer being reduced to them. The woman who is only someone's mother may realize she is also a writer, a dreamer, an artist. The woman who is only someone's wife may rediscover her spiritual seeker within. The woman who is only someone's daughter may awaken to her role as an ancestor in the making. Heeding roles does not mean shedding love. It means adding depth. It means stepping onto her own stage instead of only playing in someone else's story. This is liberation. Tease is truth, the inner revolution from the outside. This change may look small, but inside, it is a revolution. One woman may quietly resign from a job that crushed her spirit. Another may finally set boundaries with a partner who drained her. Another may start painting, writing, or planting a garden not for applause, but for herself. This revolution unsettles those who built their comfort on her silence. They may call her selfish. They may call her cold. They may call her distant, but she knows the truth. She is not selfish, she is sovereign. She is not cold, she is clear. She has finally chosen herself. This is the revolution that matters most, the one no one else sees, but everyone feels. 7. The silent magnetism of wholeness. Here lies the greatest hidden truth. When a woman no longer chases, she is pursued. When she no longer explains, she is understood. When she no longer performs, she is remembered. This is the magnetism of feminine energy after 40. It is not loud, desperate. It is silent, steady, undeniable. Jung would call this individuation complete, the woman embracing her shadow, awakening her anima, listening to her body, shedding her roles, and choosing her revolution. She carries her silence like a crown, and that silence speaks louder than words. The world may misjudge her stillness as weakness, but it is not weakness. It is fullness. It is the gravity of a woman who has walked through fire, through shadow, through loss, and emerged whole. Closing, the woman who walks away in silence after 40 is not fading, she is arriving. She has crossed the sacred threshold, faced her shadow, awakened her anima, listened to her body, and stepped beyond borrowed roles. She has chosen her own revolution. And now, she shines with a quiet magnetism that no one can name, yet everyone feels. Feminine energy after 40 is not decline. It is rebirth. It is the moment she remembers she was never meant to disappear. She was always meant to rise.